This poor printer just wants to print too damn fast for its own good. It was sitting here doing 250 millimeters a second, and there was crap going everywhere on the infill. These little burrs flying. Usually, you know, if you catch it right away, you go in and slow it down. This particular filament is not capable of high speed, what I've found. It's this brand here. Some of them had a speed on them written. 230 to 250. The bed temperature they wanted at 80. And I found that, although that sounds kind of strange, I run it at 80. I print it at 250. And if I don't, I get this kind of gray color that you see right there. But we're just printing a prototype right now, so it's not a big deal. But you see all this crap that flies off of here? You end up with all that. And so I'm actually finding that as much as I don't like this printer, this one's actually doing just fine. So I got a big roll of this crap here. I'm trying to think if I have another roll of the black stuff. The problem is it's nighttime, the temperature's starting to drop. I'm getting tired. I've got other things I want to do. I'm still sick. And I would like to go down and not babysit this thing for 3 or 2 hours or whatever. This one here was supposed to be an hour and 54 at the 250 millimeters a second, and I just went and turned the speed down to 50%, so it shouldn't top out more than 125. So I was printing on this earlier when I did the other rails, 125. I had some issues with it lifting here, so that's why I moved over to this one to use the enclosure. So, but we're getting the prototype printed, and let me see. So we're hoping, I'm going to start with the first blank side first without the piece coming up, just to see, hey, look, because this thing adds a whole bunch of extra time to the print and complications. Let's just see if it'll print my blank piece first, which is going to be this one right here. Let's see if we can view it. Let me get this out of here. Okay, so it's let's see, probably in this perspective is what we're looking at. So it's going to print supports and all that. So 1 hour and 54 minutes was what it would be. It's going to be double that now, probably, to pretty close to 4 hours maybe. I don't know. But it's hard to say because of the acceleration hasn't probably changed a lot. But we have okay, so we got that. This is the other one, and I want to make sure, because I know there's some markings over here that I can see. There's going to be a little framed in window, and I don't know what that's going to end up turning out like, so I want to check that out. That way I can modify it before I print this one. And this one is just going to be a one-off just for my radio. So unless you have this radio and this tuner, you're not going to want this particular design. This is just a one-off for me. And I mean, by all means, if you want to go buy one of these, they're like, you got to make sure you get the right one. And I mean, like, if you really, really, really want, I can redesign this for your radio. But I mean, I've got to try this one first and make sure it's going to work. Because if we're going from a design like this that somebody else made to basically, okay, let me just go ahead and make my own, because all I was trying to do was use the holes that they provided. And in reality, that was like, it ended up being not even happening, not even possible, because of the way this one's designed. Now, I think these are cool rails, but like, they're not suiting my needs for what I want, and I don't want to strap this thing down and have it move. I want it over here. The speaker is right here. So I want this over here. Okay? And the other thing I want that I think would be really cool, and I seen some of these companies doing it, I want a battery down here. I want my battery down here. Okay? I want this radio to have a tuner and a battery. And I want it all enclosed all together. So I don't know where I did with the battery, but I've got that one battery. This one here, we know that battery is only half of what we're looking at. So if this battery was cut right in half, it'd actually be pretty good form factor. So these ones, you can't find them anymore on there, unfortunately, that I know of. And I've got 2 of them. And they're swelled up looking here because it's just fake. There's a piece of foam in there, and it's just to hold the battery in place. But the cells only occupy half of the case. And I don't know. I'm not 100% sure that is 15 amp hour, but I've had no problem running 100 watts with that radio. So this is like, geez, this is amazing. I can hold this with one hand. You know, I remember buying a lawnmower battery one time, you know, thinking I was going to operate portable years ago when I first got my license. It was nuts. So we're getting some progress, and I'll let you guys know what's going on, and so hopefully I'll have some files to share with you guys, and if you want to print this, let me know. I'm going to hopefully have it printing tomorrow. I'll have the other one hopefully done by the end of the night, and we'll go from there.